The stories, scenarios, and conversations shared on Work Comp Over Wine are for educational and entertainment purposes only. All identifying details have been changed to protect the privacy of individuals, employers, providers, and organizations. Any resemblance to real people or cases is purely coincidental. Nothing discussed in this podcast should be taken as legal, medical, or professional advice. We're here to share experiences, insights, and a little wine fueled wisdom, responsibly and anonymously.
Hello, good morning.
Wherever you are.
Good
It
day.
can't be morning because it's work comp over wine.
Work comp over wine. Well, that's the fun part about it is that it can be morning.
It's morning somewhere. So also, where I am is on the road, and the wine glass that I picked, I don't know if you can see it. It has a truck on it, like it's on the
Oh,
road.
oh, it's zooming in. Your camera is zooming in right towards the truck. Did you do that on purpose? That was a fun
No,
zoom in.
I yes, I did do that on purpose, and I'm in charge.
Sua.
And what are you pouring today, Sarah, if
I
anything?
think I'm pouring something that I might have used for sangria in the past. So it could
Oh,
be a strange choice. Um, it's a rosé.
okay.
It's bread and butter rosé. Classically dry. California rosé.
Is there another way of dry, classically dry, but then like as opposed to
As
something else?
opposed to contemporary dry.
Oh, classically versus contemporary. How about that?
Contemporary. What are you having? What's in your truck
Uh,
glass?
well, my truck glass was just something from the road. It's a Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
It's classically crisp, and
Um,
it's from New Zealand. That is my go-to if I'm going to be drinking a white. It's it's got to be a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. I'm
that's
not a
it.
Chardonnay girl.
I'm not either, and yet I have about 4 bottles of Chardonnay in my fridge outside, and I'm wondering where they came from.
Well, people bring Chardonnay a lot of times when they come to your house, like if they're coming to a party. It's,
Maybe I'll try one. Maybe they're
I
really
might,
good.
okay, this might sound like a snob, but I think people who just routinely bring Chardonnay to your house may not be like wine drinkers. They just grab what they think people drink.
People
Because
drink.
true Chardonnay, which is very oaky and buttery and full, I think is an acquired taste. It's not just like an everyday drink.
Hmm.
Am I
Okay, so
wrong?
maybe I'll have to have a. I don't know. I have because I haven't opened one. I mean, I know my real friends bring me prosecco. So my
Ooh,
these people, who knows who brought it over?
that's such a that is such a tell, when someone arrives at your house, if they're a true friend, they've got a bottle of prosecco in
Right
hand.
about
I love
prosecco. If
that.
they're a newbie, they bring Chardonnay, and later we'll have a taste test on all the Chardonnays, and I've been gifted.
Oh, thank you for talking about wine today. And it kind of is a great segue because I thought today's recording could be about, well, work and off work boundaries. So work and wine and the boundaries of each, and how we keep them separate in a world where we all work remotely, especially in this business. Sarah, I think you agree. I mean, we turn our phones on at 7 and then our phones are on all the time. We have people across all time zones, and so we're
Mm.
always on. So I thought we could just dialogue a little bit about how we can keep that separate and keep our sanity. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think that's a good topic, especially lately as the season starts to pick back up. I know, and I'm sure you've noticed it too. We were in a lull, the March and April lull, and then traditionally May, June, July is like a takeoff.
Whoosh,
Yeah.
whoosh. And that lull, when you said March and April, it's not just with our company, because we talk to our contemporaries our classical contemporaries,
We
and
do.
their business also slows in terms of work comp
Hmm.
referrals. And what is it? Is it spring break? Is it people aren't at work, they're on vacation, so there's less or fewer injuries? I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I mean, maybe our listeners, maybe we ask our, we say, hey guys, I'll ask it. Hey guys, whoever's listening, write in the comments and let us know what you think. If you do have a thought about why um, it tends to dip in March and April, I would love to hear some information as to why that happens because I am not in the know on that topic.
So I think you were right about asking our listeners, our contemporaries, um, about that lull, that break in referrals and
Mhm.
work and where people are.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
happening? And you might be right. It might just have something to do with life. That's just a time of life. People aren't at work. I don't know. That's good. That's a good symbol to have.
it
Okay.
is. It is.
Because we have life outside of podcasting, and sometimes it interferes. It happens.
Yeah, and it goes along with that life has to be protected from work because the
Hmm.
lines are blurred so frequently throughout the day. Um, and how do we protect our time and our energy without feeling guilty, without burning bridges? I mean, it's a big ask of people, but I think it's worth talking about.
I like we're talking about that, especially just in the last few days. I think this is a really
So
good topic. So go ahead. Where do you want to
I'm gonna
start?
I'm gonna I'm gonna hit you with maybe just a first question. I wrote it down. So do you feel pressure to respond to messages after work hours? And work hours, let's just say there's 7 to 5. Okay. So do you feel pressure when that next text comes in or that next email comes in to respond then? And why does that feel normal if we do that? Why is that okay?
I mean, obviously off the bat, yes. But I think it depends on the urgency of said email or text. Um,
Mhm.
and that also goes with our core principles at My Net End too, is that we value quick communication. So I think having been here for so long, I think it's kind of driven into my head that if a referral comes over and I'm first to get it, then that's better. Um,
So
things
sure.
that,
Okay.
yeah,
After hours referrals, usually cat cases, something like that,
right.
something that has to be responded to right away.
Yeah, yes. I
It's
don't think there's anything else that I really push unless I'm, the kids are asleep and I respond because I have an extra hour. I think that's a little different.
I think it's the responsibility of a business owner. Like
Hmm.
I wouldn't expect that of one of our staff,
No, never.
I mean, it does happen, and they will be asked to do an after hours referral, but only if they're trained. So that part of our staff is sort of expecting it. But in general, I don't expect people to be looking at their phones 24/7.
Hmm. And I don't
It's
think that
just
we put that on our team either. I think that if we're
no,
responding to a referral, we say, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for thinking of us. We're absolutely going to check with our team and get back to you as soon as possible," so that that's our response with the client, but not necessarily bothering the team. But you know what I mean? Like working
I
for
do.
them outside of their hours.
And I think a real life response, a real life scenario is you Sarah receive a referral, and it's in like central time zone, and you know that staff member who is in that geographical area is still asleep. You'll tell the client, you'll say, sorry, we can probably accept this referral, but I'm not going to wake up my nurse to ask her.
Yeah. Just like you wouldn't wake up your babies for modeling. We don't wake up the nurses.
Oh no, no. When my babies were little, and well, do our listeners even know that story? I don't know.
I don't know. Share it, won't you?
So I have beautiful children. I mean, and I know each crow thinks their own crow the blackest, or whatever that phrase is. But truly, I do. I have beautiful children. I have smart, brilliant children. I was actually going to write a book My children are perfect and yours can be too. That may still be written. Anyway, so when they were little, they were people, strangers in the street would stop me and say, oh, they should be in modeling, especially my two oldest who were close in age. And I was like, okay, so I pursued that and had some success with it. But the call to go to auditions would come at all times of the day. And I would not wake up my kids from a nap to go to an audition. And the modeling agency didn't like that. They just wanted you to jump at all times, and I would do it.
No?
So modeling
Okay.
didn't work out for my kids.
Okay.
Thank God they were also very smart.
Also brilliant. Yeah. They weren't just beautiful. Yeah. That would have been tough.
Anyway,
That would have been so
so I don't
smart.
wake up the kids from a nap for an audition, and we don't
Mhm.
wake up our staff for a non-cat assignment. The
Because
end.
that's not the industry that we are in. We are not.
Um,
And most of the time we save dollars, not less. Most of the time. There are times when a cat comes through that it is, you know, that urgency, but most of the time it's okay to wait an hour.
yes, although we do pride ourselves at my Nut Around on being quick to communicate. So we'll get back to the client right away and say, yep, we're working on it. Yep,
Yeah.
we're able to accept this. Um, but when we were talking before about being on our phone at all hours, I think too that that's generational. Today's younger workers, I think, are on their phone all the time anyway, so they might not think twice about an after hours text. I don't know.
Um, maybe you're right. I even thought about that the other day as I was watching somebody at a restaurant with like the host stand and they had checked their phone and the manager was there and didn't say anything. And I remember working at a restaurant and your phone was nowhere to be found. Okay. Now everything is right there. So, and it's less faux pas to just check your phone.
Yes, I mean, people are talking to you and you're looking at your phone. Like, so you're having multiple conversations, multi things are happening while you're still looking at your phone. And I'm an older nurse, and when I graduated nursing school, and we were in a room with a patient in a hospital or in a setting, there wasn't any electronics between us. There was just myself and the patient. You know, in our world, it's called injured worker. Nowadays, you're in a hospital and they're wheeling in the computer, they've got the
Hmm.
phone in the pocket, they've got a headset in, they're talking to the patient, they're talking to the person down at the desk. I mean, it's like a reflection of the world, but it's happening at bedside and in provider uh, patient settings.
True, true. And to be fair, some of the advances in technology, like being able to record a meeting with a physician and have that HIPAA protected dictation available, is a good tool that we've
Yes,
been
yes.
introduced to. But I'm with you. Especially having the screen in between provider and the injured worker, I think is bad. I don't think it's good. I'm gonna say it. I think it's bad.
Well, and it's something I noticed, but if it's all you've ever known, like if you come into this industry and that's all you've known from the time you've been in school, your first patient, whatever,
Mm.
it may not seem weird to you, but it seems weird to me because I've seen it the other way.
I think it's weird as a person who goes to the hospitals and the providers like as a and I don't take a lot of nurse case management files. Obviously, I'm not a nurse. Um, case management files. But even just going to a physician's office and having someone look at a screen while they're talking to me, I don't think is a good practice.
It doesn't really establish that rapport, and oh gosh, that sounds like it could be another whole other dialogue. But today,
I'm so sorry.
with our wine, no, sorry, I love how it goes off into tangents because that's real life, and then we can put that in our next podcast with our next guest, or even just between ourselves. I love it. um what about, do you ever feel guilty not answering the text if it comes in after hours? Like, do you feel like, oh, I should, or do you give yourself some grace about that?
think I've gotten better at saying it's outside of my day, or I've moved on to family time, or
Love that.
I can talk about this tomorrow. But initially, especially for our new team members who haven't worked for themselves yet, because we're very passionate about giving people, our team members, the tools to start to work for themselves, right? And build up
Yes.
the ability to do this in their own time. And so I think when they're excited and they want to be the best and they want to do all the work, I think they have a harder time saying, "Oh, this can wait till tomorrow."
Yeah. So they're reaching out.
Yeah, yeah. How about you?
Yeah.
Do you think you've been better about it?
I like the way that you use the word family time. It's almost like it's a complete separation. This is work time. I'm crossing through the doorway, and now I'm in family
Portal.
time.
Mm,
The portal. I'm going through the portal. Um, and I do feel guilty when I don't respond, and I am trying to be better at that. And I'm probably going to bring it up in my next therapy session with my
sure.
therapist. Now that I'm saying it out loud, because there has to be an endpoint. If all you do is think, eat, sleep, breathe, work, it's at the expense of a lot of other relationships,
Mm,
experiences, joy. So I don't, why do I feel guilty? And so what I'm trying to do now with our newer people is I will respond and say, if this is not either urgent or emergent, can we please discuss tomorrow?
that's
That's
good.
kind of what I'm trying on.
Hmm. I like that. And when it's hard with this industry because your to-do list, and I've talked to our team this week. I created a to-do list yesterday with one of our team members. He was on the road and he wanted me to run through his files with him and make a to-do list. And I'm absolutely amazing teamwork, right?
Right.
But that to-do list is going to be, I mean, every day you have to do your to-do list, right? So if you don't ever finish the last to-do list, how are you going to get a new to-do list? So I think it's that the acceptance that maybe the to-do list will not be done in one day
Or ever,
or ever. And if it's not
which is
urgent or
always
emergent,
in perpetuity.
in perpetuity. Yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting piece to teach people.
Oh, thank you for helping that team member out. I think I know who that was.
He's good.
And he's set now. Okay, so here we go. Boundary wins and fails. If you could think of one boundary that you've successfully set at work, and then maybe think of one that completely fell apart. So one that you set that won, and one that you set that was a fail. It's hard.
It's in my prep guide. One that won and one that was a fail. Do you have one off the top of your head? Because I don't know.
Um, one boundary that I told myself I was going to set was when and I've shared this with my team. When you get a new referral, is to tell your injured worker in your first conversation with them what your work hours are.
Oh,
Because they think that you work, first of all, they think they're your only file.
sure,
And
sure.
they think that you work even the weekends. Because yes, you sell it that way. And truthfully, I'm here to be your advocate. I'm here to hold your
Well,
hand through this journey. I'm going to help you. But at the same time, I have to cross through the portal for family time sometimes.
I
So
love injured workers so much. They're so funny.
they're so funny.
They're
They're
just so
so
funny.
afraid. Yeah.
They're so afraid. It's such a weird world. So yeah, I assume it's kind of like when someone calls and said, "I'm here to help you," it's kind of like a, okay.
So that's a boundary that I've tried to set, and I haven't been 100% successful, but I'm a work in progress.
Aren't we all? A whiff.
What about you? Anything come to mind? If not, it's fine because we're
Honestly, I
flexible. We
don't.
just go on to the next question.
I don't know. I do try to set boundaries, especially about working. Like I said, working hours. I'm trying to be better about it. And then there's sometimes where I just sit on the computer because we
You
have
got
the
to get shit
flexibility.
done.
I gotta get stuff done. I do, and it's in my head. And so if I can get it done and out of my head, then it's okay. However, I have tried to be better about taking time when somebody asks me for something. I have a little one, she's 3. And there was a goal I tried to set about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, that I wanted to take 30 minutes with her every morning at 10:30 and read her a book or draw with her or whatever it was because I work from home. She's here with me. It's great. Love it.
Yes.
Sometimes I've pushed it off a little bit. So maybe I'll try to refocus onto that goal.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And I think that's the beauty of this work that we do. Whether you're an active case manager or you have a CDMS, you also can accept referrals, but you have a long to-do list. So
It's in
um
perpetuity.
in perpetuity,
Mhm.
that and we're bringing on people and we get excited about this, that when we bring on people and we're on our team's call and there are kids running around
We
and
do.
they're on their chair and they're climbing on them, because we want to bring opportunities to people to work from home with their kids, and then when they have to go out to appointments, they find their childcare or they do what they need to do. It's
Hmm.
lovely, I think.
Yeah, it's a very cool thing that we're building. And so I think it's fine to embody what we're building and be transparent about the struggles that happen with that. Like we have a team member, she was on the other day on Teams and her little ones are running around and our IT guru says, "Oh, that's fine. Sarah's kids are always running around in the background." They really are. So it makes
But
people feel more like life is normal. It's life. Live your life and do this job you can make it work.
and don't apologize for it. Gosh, there was a time in early corporate, in my earlier years when I was in corporate, and the big conversation was around how women returning to work can get childcare on site. And it was such a hard thing to imagine that the place where you worked would have like a childcare facility on site at the place that you
Should.
worked.
Everywhere should.
Everywhere should.
Everywhere should. Everywhere should. That's still mind blowing to me that that's not something that you get paid or that's offered. Every single job on the planet.
I mean, yes, Sarah, and really, how costly could that be to a big corp?
Well, no.
Part of your benefits. Okay, you put it into your benefit package. Maybe not
Yeah.
everybody needs it, right? So, okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
I think
that's a
it's
whole
I
other
think it's really
topic.
important. I know. Are we writing this down? So
Well,
down.
someone's recording it. I think someone, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Looking at my screen going, is someone in there recording? Uh, okay, so what is your wine o'clock boundary rule? This is a good one. This is
Okay.
a wine friendly. What's your wine o'clock boundary rule where your phone goes in one room after you've had one of these, a sip of these? Can you work with a glass of wine in hand when you're doing reports? I don't know. Do you have a rule?
I don't have a hard and fast rule. I don't. It's Friday, so like there's no rules on Friday.
No rule
There's a rule.
Friday. No rule
There
Friday.
you go. That's my rule. No rules on Friday. Um,
Certainly, I would not go see an injured worker after,
no.
no, after having
Oh,
any, no,
goodness, no.
no,
Just
it's
like you
for
wouldn't
me,
work
it
in a
is
hospital after that.
after work. But if
Mhm.
I'm reading something or looking at an email, not actually physically doing something with my patients, I might have a glass of wine if I'm
Yeah.
typing something up. Yeah.
Or editing podcasts or doing
Or
social media stuff, marketing. Yeah, that kind of stuff. It's like, but maybe this is an unpopular opinion. Sometimes it can help the creativity a little bit.
oh, well, I think that's exactly true. And I think that's one of the reasons why we made the Work Comp Over Wine podcast, because I've had people say, well, why is there wine involved? It's because
Who said
wine,
that?
I don't
Who
know who said
said
it,
that?
but I'm related to them. I'm related to them. And um it's for me, it's because it's after work hours. We're not working with our clients or our patients or our accounts. We're having conversations that wine just feels like you're talking with a friend
Hmm.
and you're relaxed, and that's why.
Yeah, it makes it more like a conversation. We have somebody coming on, one of our guests, which I'm so excited to start our guest series, by the way. It's going to
Yes,
start
me
next
too.
week. Very excited. Um, and she said that this is just a fun way to relax and talk shop. I was like, you're so right. it's a way to, like mull over, get these thoughts out of your head because we all have them about work
Yep.
comp. But maybe you're not necessarily supposed to say that during
You know
work
what?
hours.
What was that story or that show? Mad Men. Mad Men. And it was in the 60s. It was set in like the late 60s, early 70s. It was an advertising agency. Those guys were drinking scotch at like
All
9.
day. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in Outlander, they drink whiskey basically from dawn to dusk.
Because they don't have any clean water in
They
Outlander, right?
don't. They
You mean
don't.
when they're in
They're
the
still
old
gonna,
time? When they're in
yeah,
the
like the
old time.
1700s. Yeah. American Revolution. They're drinking whiskey. Yeah. I get it.
So we're just mirroring TV. That's all we're doing.
It's hard to, it's where we get
With the
all of
wrong
our
thing.
information from.
Okay, here we go. Oh, how about a quick personal story? A moment you overworked and then regretted it. Oh, I bet you have something with the kiddos, maybe. Do you feel like sharing anything?
Overworked and then regretted it. Yeah, there was one day that we went to the aquarium and I took him to the aquarium. It was some day off and I hyped it up and I don't know what was going on at work. I couldn't even tell you, which is why it's probably sadder. But I was on my phone from the moment we walked in that door until we left. And I realized as I got outside, I was like, I didn't look up at all. I have been looking at this phone for that long. Um, and obviously they forgave me because they're wonderful children and everybody makes mistakes. Um, but yeah, life is so short. It's so short. So if
Yes.
you're blessed and lucky enough to have a job where you can go to the aquarium, go to the aquarium and enjoy the aquarium. And no
And
more.
unplug and lean into your team members. I would say lean into your team members and say, I am at the aquarium. I am offline.
Hmm.
Unless it's emergent, not even urgent, unless it's an emergency.
Emergency. Okay. So if
Like
it's the aquarium specifically, it has to be emergency.
I just I can really empathize with it. Or like when you're over, like you're out to dinner, like for me, out to dinner with my husband and really enjoying a nice meal, and an after hours referral will come in and I'm working it and getting it all lined up, and you spend about 45 minutes of your dinner time doing that, and then they say, oh, it's been pulled back. We no longer need you to accept this referral. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, sure.
what will I do differently
Great.
going forward?
It's hard to say, especially as a business owner, because you want to give 150% all the time.
You do. And we know we have clients that are just so super to work with, and that never happens. And then we have clients that's always, so if it always seems to happen. So it's,
Mhm.
you recognize the pattern and you adjust your response accordingly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. And it's nothing, it's not like it's personal or you won't ever take a file again. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm going to put the urgency into this. That is appropriate and it's all going to be fine.
But at the same time, I'm
This is
thinking
not
there
an
was a
emergency.
story called The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Okay, that's a story.
It's
The
a really
third
good
time?
teaching tool.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Okay, so what do we want to wrap it up with? How do you handle, oh, this will be an easy one. How do you handle auto replies or out of office messages? When you're putting that boundary in between work and wine, work and off time, do you consistently put in I'm an out of office and I will be available at this particular time? Or do you just like, well, I'm going to look at it anyway, so I'm not putting my out of office? What's your rule?
I think that's a good question, and I think that should be a boundary. So I might take that and implement it as a boundary because I am the person that does still look and puts things in my mental checklist. So I'm gonna try to be fair about that.
I'm even trying to, like, if I'm on the road or if I'm training or presenting or if someone's shadowing, I try to put that on my out of office. Say, hey, thanks for your email. this is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to get back to you, but it's going to be probably tomorrow. If it's urgent or emergent, call me. Yeah. Something
Well,
like
and
that.
that's part of the communication that we value so much because we'll send emails and we won't get responses for a couple days, and that's normal, really, industry wise. It's like 24 to 48 hours is an expected response. Whereas we really just drive to try to be faster and be more. It's just who we are. And it's part of what makes our services so awesome. I know we don't want to say that, but
No, we do. We want to say that. We want to
well,
say
I know,
that's
but it
why
kind of
we're awesome.
contradicts the boundaries, right? So we have to find a balance of yes, this is we want to uphold our standard. We also have to be we're humans, so we also have to be off sometimes.
Sometimes. And I think we can all do better about going through the portal and being off sometimes.
Sometimes. Don't boss too hard.
Did you just make that up?
No, the saying is I girl bossed too hard and now I'm in charge
Oh,
of
I didn't know
everything.
this saying. I'm like, oh, this is
Oh,
great.
it might be a Gen Z. I might be saying it wrong.
Don't boss too hard.
Ooh, don't boss too hard. Yeah.
Don't bitch too much. Like you could make a lot
Ooh,
out of that. Don't
that's
bitch
the
too much.
episode name. Don't bitch too much. Don't boss too hard. Okay, right.
Of this episode right here. Yes. All right. Any final thoughts about that?
Yes, if you have a story, if you're an injured worker and you have a story, or if you're in the work comp industry, or if you just want to talk to us about your life in one of those areas, you should email us and send us some information at workcompoverwine@mynetrn.com. And I'll put it below because I want more stories.
Thank you, Sarah, for sharing that information. And also they can find our website and track whatever they need from the mynetrn.com website.
Absolutely, they can.
Okay.
Thanks bunches.
Cheers.
Cheers.